Hello and welcome. I'm Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And thank you so much for being with me today. Today, I want to talk about the 7 major red flags for a marriage-based green card application. All right? These are the 7 big problems that can come up on a marriage-based case. There are others. But I would say that these are the biggest ones, the most common ones that'll cause problems for a marriage-based green card. All right. So let's go to them. The first is what we call unlawful presence. All right. And so anytime somebody overstays a visa or anytime somebody enters the U.S. without permission, if you have 365 days of quote unquote unlawful presence in the United States and then leave the U.S., you trigger 10 years of inadmissibility. All right? And those 10 years are waivable in certain instances on either an I-601 or an I-601A unlawful presence waiver. But unlawful presence bars, there's a 3-year bar and a 10-year bar. There's also a permanent bar, cause problems, and they often cause problems for a marriage-based green card application, for any green card application. So if you have unlawful presence, I highly recommend speaking to an immigration lawyer before you file the case and making sure that you're okay with your process. Thing number 2 are drugs. And really what I'm talking about here is the use or possession, or certainly any arrest related to it, but really I'm talking about use or possession of any controlled substance, including marijuana. And I know you might say, hey, but marijuana is lawful in my jurisdiction. It's not lawful at a federal level, all right? And so the U.S. Federal Controlled Substances Act still lists marijuana as a Schedule I controlled substance, and so you should not use it. It will make you inadmissible, all right? And there's actually no waiver for drug issues. If you've used that or if that's an issue, talk to a lawyer before you apply and submit your case. Thing number 3 are arrests, all right? Some arrests will cause an issue and will cause inadmissibility, others will not. But any arrest, you want to talk it over in depth, all right? If it's a quote-unquote crime involving moral turpitude, that could cause a person to become inadmissible. If it's a quote-unquote aggravated felony, it's even more serious. So that is something that causes inadmissibility and deportability and is unwaivable, all right? I won't get into the nuance there. There is a slight nuance that aggravated felons are not, in certain instances, might not be inadmissible, but they are deportable. I won't get into that. Talk to a lawyer if you have any aggravated felony before applying for anything. All right. Number 4, we're making our way through. Number 4 is what we call false claims to U.S. citizenship. The question there is, have you ever lied saying that you were a U.S. citizen, even if it wasn't for immigration purposes, if it was maybe to get a job or maybe to get a driver's license or something like that? If so, then you will be inadmissible. Number 5, other forms of misrepresentation. So, and by that I mean willful misrepresentations of a material fact on an immigration case in the past. Say you entered the U.S. with a visa, but maybe when you applied for that visa, you failed to disclose something or you lied about something. Maybe they asked if you were married or single and you said that you were single even though you were married, something like that. If it was a willful misrepresentation of a material fact, you'll be inadmissible. There are waivers available in certain instances. Talk to a lawyer if you're in that situation. Number 6, we're making our way through it. Number 6 on our red flags list here today is what the law calls, quote unquote, alien smuggling, all right? And really it's, have you ever helped another human being enter the United States without permission? Have you ever paid the coyote to bring another person into the U.S.? Have you ever encouraged or assisted or helped in any way another person cross the border without permission? Even if you didn't know that they were doing it until after they arrived here, but then once you did know, you still helped them. All right, be really cautious about that. And there are waivers available. They call them alien smuggling waivers but only if it was your spouse, parent, son, or daughter, and no one else. All right, and so be cautious about that. That can cause problems for a green card. And number 7, now we've seen a lot of news about recently in 2020, is whether or not you've ever applied for public benefits in the past, because in any green card application now, we've got to show any family-based, I'll qualify it, any family-based green card application, we've got to show that you're not a quote-unquote public charge, all right? And so, and the regulations have changed about that. So basically, if you've applied for public benefits from the US government in the past, then that's another red flag, and we're going to need to know more information about that and give you good advice about that. My point is not to say that if you've got any of these issues, oh my gosh, you're never going to win a case. That's not my point. My point is that these are the 7 red flags that we see, and we advise people on how to navigate them. And these issues are issues. They will come up in your green card application. You're going to want to strategize how to navigate around them, all right? You're going to want a good strategy as to whether or not, maybe you have unlawful presence, but no unlawful presence bar against you. And so, hey, that's great. Maybe you made a misrepresentation, but maybe it was not of a quote-unquote material fact, or maybe it wasn't quote-unquote willful. So maybe there are strategies that we can use to avoid the inadmissibility, or maybe you just clearly are not inadmissible. But it could also be the reverse. Maybe the law is clearly against you, and so maybe you should wait and hold off or look for a different strategy to win your immigration status. Thank you very much for watching. If you have questions about anything that we've discussed, please contact our office. It's a quick call, painless, not a problem, and we can help you navigate and figure out what the best course of action would be for you. All right. So thank you so much. If this was helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel here on YouTube. I hope that you're doing well. I'm Otis Landerholm, Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Thank you. Bye-bye.